Alright, so we decided to make our oldest cat, Capone, in Sims 4 Cats and Dogs as a test. He has sort of a weird markings on his face and his body. They're not really symmetrical at all. Sort of offset. So, but you're wondering how he got the name Capone. It's kind of a unique name. When you think Capone, you probably think, first thing you think of is probably the mob boss from the 1920s from Chicago. That's what I think. That's what I thought. So when we got him, as you can see, you can see in the picture at the bottom left, he has sort of a weird, the white mark kind of goes at an angle over his eye. Here's kind of a better shot of it here in this new picture. So it's kind of off his eye, kind of at an angle. So I'm like, well, it kind of looks sort of like a scar. So we, as a joke, I went, well, how about Scar? Or maybe Scarface. I'm like, Scarface isn't a great name for a cat. I mean, if you want to keep it scary, maybe, yeah, but not really a great name. So I went, well, how about Capone? Because that was Al Capone's nickname, Scarface. And I went, that's kind of a unique name. It's cute. Without, if you don't think of the mobster, it's a kind of neat name. So that's how he named him. That's how it stuck. So I'm working on here. I'm working on his face. I had to fix his eyes because his eyes aren't that wide. So here I'm doing the weird markings on his face that'll offset quote-unquote scar that I mentioned earlier. So I just need to get the white on his face. The paint tools are very nice in Sims 4 Cats, by the way. So that picture just popped up on the bottom left. That is the second day we got him. We got him as a kitten, and he had such a huge head, as you can see. So you can see the markings better there. He's got a little black nose, and the marking goes kind of at an angle. So here, I'm trying to get the little white tuft on the bridge of his nose. Didn't do a very good job. So I think I'll come back later and I fix that. But because you get the little tuft of white, his nose goes black, but in between there is a little bit of white. So the name Capone, I mean, on its own, it's a neat name. But we also, he also has nicknames like any pet or person does. So what we usually call him is Cappy. So Cappy's a good. It's like I think I call him that more than I call him Capone. So also you can see on the picture he's got a little white part on his mouth. A little tiny white piece. It's kind of a neat little mark too. So we call him Cappy, but he also has nicknames, fun nicknames that we call him sometimes. They call him Obi-Wan Capone. Sometimes Caparoni and Cheese. Sometimes Caponicus. Anything with, that sort of sound to it, we can add his name to it. So those are fun names too. The kids love those. So I think I got his face pretty good. And I start working on his body here. Mostly white. He's black on top, mostly white at the bottom. So I just want to clear it all out here with the painting tools. As you're painting in 3D, sometimes you miss certain chunks, so I gotta spin him around and get all of his legs white, because from this angle it looks fine, but when you turn him, then all of a sudden, oh look, it's not white anymore. I thought back, I probably should have done this in using the mirror tool, so it paints the same on both sides. But I had removed it to do his face, because his face isn't symmetrical, so it would have been a little bit easier to do it that way, but that's okay. It was pretty quick. So I end up doing his legs like 4 or 5 times, it seems, because pictures I have doesn't really show the back of his legs very well. He's got different markings in every single leg. So I ended up actually getting him and bring him over here onto my desk, but he wasn't a big fan. So I still didn't get a good look at his legs, but his front legs are easy. Except the little black mark I'm drawing right there on his front left leg, that's it. His back legs, from certain angles, looks like he has 2 big black marks. I don't know, from his ankles to his thigh, kind of. His paws are white. But then I looked at different angles, looked at him here, and they're not exactly the same. They kind of wrap weird. They're not symmetrical. So I had to go back and fix it a bunch of times. So I think we picked up Capone. We were pretty much right after we moved into this house, because our first cat, Freckles, he was a couple years older, and we were never home that much. So he needed a buddy to play with. So we went. My brother's friend had some kittens, so we're like, well, we'll take a look, and we picked him up, brought him home. And while Freckles was apprehensive at first, they became like the best buds. They lay around together, they play together. They were spending all kinds of time together. And there's a picture of them right here. I'll pop it up. That's like one of my favorite pictures ever. Them sleeping in their cat bed. Freckles got his arm around Capone, protecting him. He's his little buddy back when he was a kitten. So sadly, we 2 years ago, Freckles got really sick. He had some fluid in his lungs and stuff, and just wasn't doing very well. So we had to put him down. And Capone, at first, you could tell he didn't know what was going on. He's kind of, a little, I guess, depressed in terms of cats. He kind of seemed depressed, but he's gotten better. He's gotten over it. It seems mostly. He's still really affectionate. He's always been affectionate. So that's good. He hangs around with me a lot, and when I'm on the computer, he sits behind me in my chair, which can get slightly annoying, but you know. So I like how Sims 4 Cats and Dogs has the mode where you can change their poses. It's really helpful for getting these, like, their bellies and stuff. Like him, he's got the little marking, you know, on his belly, the little black marking, so I can see all that and draw it, and it also fix his mouth here a little bit, a little black on his mouth. So yeah, there's a belly shot here, and I can fix some of the weird drawing from a 3D drawing on his leg there. This is like iteration 2 of his legs. I end up doing it again because I'm like, this is not right looking at these pictures. We also have another cat. Well, we have 2 cats right now, but we had 3. Named Bella, who's a younger. She's a really tiny, long-haired cat. And, well, she's kind of, she's not mean, I would say. She's a little bit territorial, you know, not super duper friendly unless you really get to know her. But she still nips you sometimes, even if you're nice to her. But Capone, they get along. They deal with each other. But he likes to sometimes, like, he'll like sneak up on her when she's sitting around. And you can just hear her, like, growling as he sneaks up on her and just messes with her. So they still get along pretty well. Later on in this video, I pick his traits. So I'll tell you kind of about it. Like, I picked skittish because I think when he was a kitten, his my nephew was like 2 or 3 years old. He was like, remember him like throwing Matchbox cars down the basement steps, not at Capone, but near him. And I think he just freaked him out because he was still kind of a kitten and he didn't really know other people. So he's always kind of skittish, unless he really knows you. Like, he's fine around me and my wife. He's still apprehensive around the kids because, you know, their kids are loud a lot of time. But they're getting better. I tell him you gotta come up to him slowly, and he'll be your best buddy. He's super affectionate if he knows you. And over the years, his purr has gotten louder. When you first got him, you could barely hear him purr, so you had to put your hand on him and make sure he's purring. But he's gotten louder over the years, so you can kind of hear him purr. But nothing like his buddy Freckles. If we could have named him, because we didn't name him, we would have named him Harley because he had this perfectly steady purr, like loud. It was almost like a white noise kind of thing. It would put you to sleep. It was just so perfect. There's a good shot of him in the bottom left there, like that picture. So regal, looks all important, but it's a good shot. He's the long white whiskers. He also has long white eyebrows, which you can't seem to add in this game. Maybe it's not a normal cat thing. I don't know, but he's got long white eyebrows too. And see the white ears. I ended up fixing that in a little bit here because I couldn't really pick 2 white ears. There wasn't really a lot of options, but I can edit that by going in. I can do it right here. Yeah, I can go in detail mode, and I kind of draw the white in his ears there, trying a few things, trying a few different stamps. But now looking at this picture, looks just like him. There's his kitten one. It's pretty close. I think the marking might be a little skinnier, but you know, it's good. I get the white ears. White-ish ears. It's not perfect, but I like it. I'm not going to see him that much. This is where I fixed the bridge of his nose a little bit better. Don't want to make it too light, but you also want to make it too dark. I kind of want to make sure it's there. He's like black and white hair mixed together right on the bridge of his nose. So then I was pretty happy with it there. So here I'm going to give him a skittish, because he's skittish, but he's also affectionate. So I'll give him that. I wasn't sure if I was friendly, but I think affectionate more described him. And the third one I wasn't really sure. There's a couple things that would work out, but I landed on curious because I think he's pretty curious. Even though he's a little skittish, he likes to be curious about stuff. He's sort of brave, I guess. So that was my first one. I really think I really did a good job. I didn't find his meow here. One is like, oh, yep, that's it right there. I'm just like him. He even responds to it in real life sometimes when I hear it. So that was Capone. I feel like we should probably end up doing Freckles, you know, in memory of Freckles, and then maybe the other cat. But definitely we gotta do it. We have a dog now too, Vivian, who's 2 years old. We got her right after Freckles, which honestly I think Freckles is part of her because she's just like him. So we'll make her too, because obviously it's cats and dogs. So thanks for watching.